Hello, everyone. I'm Dennis Martin, a Londonderry resident, and I do the show every once in a while called Londonderry Talks, and we go over some of the things that are going on in the town. And I had to have today with me one of the town councilmen that is running also for the next 3 years for office, and I've asked him to come in, maybe talk about some of the things that he's done in the last few years and what he would like to accomplish. And I hope you get some information by this out there in Londonderry. So, Ron Dunn, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me today, Dennis. Yeah. It's a great opportunity. My name is Ron Dunn. I'm currently your town council chair, and I'm up for re-election. It's been my honor to serve you for the last 3 years, and I ask you for your vote again on March 10th. I appreciate Dennis here today giving me an opportunity to say some opinions and some different facts about myself, and we can just have a conversation.
Sure. One of the things I've always enjoyed about with you, working with you and talking to you and coming to the town council meetings and so forth, to voice my opinion. Mostly, it's about veterans' concerns and so forth, but you've always been straightforward. We may have differences, but there's never any animosity about the differences that we have, but we pretty much think on the same page a lot of the times anyways.
I've always been a big advocate for veterans, because my father was a Marine. He came back from the war, and he wasn't treated right, and he was sick, and it's always had a soft spot for the veterans, because I feel like a lot of the veterans that came back from Vietnam just weren't treated properly.
Right.
And I feel like that's something that I want to try to at least do what I can to ease some of the people that came back from Desert Storm and Desert Shield and other places like that, to try to help them and make sure they don't have some of the same issues that my father had. So I've always been a strong advocate for the veterans.
You do support us even in the Blues Festival.
Oh yeah.
You have anytime I've asked to if you could get me something, you bring us water so I can give it to the band members.
Brought you ice. My wife went and got ice.
Brought ice. Yeah. So. Yeah. Next year we got to get somebody. We got to get somebody to bring the pizzas.
There you go.
But that way. But so in the last 3 years being on the town council, what do you think you have accomplished, and what in the next 3 years you get reelected? What would you like to accomplish?
So I'd say, Dennis, my biggest thing that I am proud of is the fact that my family's been affected with PFAS since 2016. And we've been advocating to get our own water system. We fought for 3 years just to get on the list to get bottled water. Then it took us another 5 years just to get a system in our house, a POET system, a point of entry system for the well. So one thing that I'm very proud of is the fact that we actually saw pipes go in the ground this year on Parmenter on High Range for clean water to go to the residents of Londonderry. It's something that I have been advocating for about 9 years. And to see it actually come to fruition is something that I'm very proud of. And to answer the second part of your question, I would love to be able to continue to see that project move forward and see it grow and see us go all the way up, complete the pipe on High Range, and expand off to the east. I would also like to see that St. Cobain does their part and pays for everybody that's in the consent decree. My wife and I are in the consent decree, and we're stuck with whatever they tell us to do, because they're responsible for getting us clean water. And I'm like one of many in the consent decree where St. Cobain is just kind of dragging their feet. And I'd like to see them get their feet to the fire, pay for everybody to have clean water on the west side of High Range Road, and then for the town to continue the expansion onto the other side.
Now, we at my home, we're on wall water.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think now. It's about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe about 5 around COVID time. We ended up getting the two filtration things that take out the fastest out of your thing. We got that done, and the state reimbursed us.
Yep.
And we did it through a local plumbing company.
Yep.
And so now, maybe this is another question I can ask you. Now they're telling me that probably in sometime this year. Now I have two of the tanks. I think one of them has to be replaced.
Yep.
will I get reimbursed for that one or not?
You will not.
So-
So the main, because you live on the east side
Yeah.
of High Range,
Yeah,
you have to maintain your own system.
yeah,
So unfortunately, you know, the state did provide $5,000 rebate to all the people that put systems in like yourself. But unfortunately, to maintain them, it's on the homeowner.
oh, it is, okay.
So that's why I'm trying to advocate as much as I can to get everyone on public water. Because prior to 2016, Dennis, I didn't even know what PFAS was.
Yeah,
And then I got a hard lesson as to what PFAS was quickly. So, you know, say 2029, 2030, there may be a new contaminant that we don't know about right now.
Right.
That if you're on a public water system, they can very quickly adjust what they're doing and make sure you have clean drinking water.
now, is that gonna cost the taxpayer for to get on the water line? Do I pay like a fee or?
So, yes, it'll cost you, but the state and the town have set up a program to reimburse you for some of it, maybe most of it, depending on how far you are from the pipe. So, for example, if you're on Parmenter and you're one of the houses that are closer to the road, you're eligible for a $10,000 rebate to hook your home up from the curb stop to your home.
Okay,
Okay, but if you have a long driveway, 10,000 might not cover it.
right.
So one thing that's on a warrant article this year for the town is so that once those rebates are exhausted, you could apply to the town to get that money that would cover you from the 10,000 to say it's 30,000, an extra 20,000, so you could do the water system immediately, and then you could put that 5, 10, 15, or 20 years on your home, not on your person.
Okay.
So if say 5 years from now you sold your home, that we'll call it a loan, but it's a special assessment. That would go with your home
Okay.
and stay with your home. So the person taking over your home would pick up the rest of that cost. So say
Gotcha.
there's $15,000 left, they would be responsible for paying the rest of the $15,000 over the 15 years.
Okay.
So that way we figure we want everyone to on clean drinking water. And if we have this program, it's not cost prohibitive because someone can get a loan from the town, get the rebates from the state, and not have anything out of pocket immediately. That's going to cost them basically not to have clean drinking water.
Okay. So I'm on Pillsbury Road.
Yep.
You know where I live.
Yep.
I'm east of Pillsbury. Would I get that if I decide to hook up? Do we have to hook up the water?
You do not.
You don't.
So it's your option. So right now, I believe there's 82 homes or 83 homes that have the potential to hook up between Parmenter and High Range.
Right.
Those homes have an option of hooking up or not hooking up.
So are they going to run that down Pillsbury?
So Pillsbury is going to happen eventually. It's not on the current list because the homes that are up a little bit further on
Yeah.
High Range have much worse contamination. But Pillsbury, you'll definitely be right there because your connection's already there. So all you have to do is take a right and go down Pillsbury. But it'll always be your option
Okay.
to hook up or not hook up. So you don't have to be concerned of you're being forced to hook up. It's optional.
Okay.
I
So
think-
once the homeowner on those roads you're
Yep.
talking about hook up, and they get it done by the $10,000, let's
Yep.
say, okay? After that cost is done, does the homeowner have to pay X amount of dollars for that water to come into their house?
They will have a water bill.
Like monthly type? How much is that going to
I
figure out?
think that's quarterly.
Oh, okay.
But
Be
yes,
every 4 months.
I believe it is. But I want to say that the average water bill is around, from what I'm hearing, is between $25 and $30 a month.
Okay.
Depends on really on how much you use it.
Right.
You know, how much
That's
you
true.
have kids, how much, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth it in the long run to make sure everyone has clean drinking water.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they tell us right now that it's okay to shower with PFAS water, I don't believe it is.
Yeah.
You're still, you know, your skin absorbs the water.
Yeah.
It's,
Now, can I get the state, the last time the state came in and they did the test for me, can I get them to come and do a test again for free, or do I have to go out now and pay for it? Because I didn't pay for it when I came
So
in.
I believe they give you one free test.
And that's it?
But you could always have your, there's plumbing companies in town that will test your water. There's
Yeah, I know.
there's also companies in town that if you give them a sample of your water, they'll test it for
Yeah,
you.
there's a place in Derry that I
Yeah.
can go get a kit and come
Yeah.
back and give. Yeah, I know that. That cost about $100, I
Yeah.
believe. That's what they told me the last time.
And it's probably good to get your water tested anyway because you want to check for arsenic, you want to check for magnesium, you want to check for different, not just PFAS. You want to make sure you're drinking clean drinking water.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's probably good to get it tested every couple of years anyway.
Right. Now, I don't know if you're in this wheelhouse, that those two tanks that if I have to replace one of those tanks, or both of them at the same time. Do you know that?
So
they're black tanks.
Yep. So I believe the
probably
one
staying
that,
about this high.
yep.
Yeah.
I believe the one on the left
Yeah.
will last the longest, and the one on the right is the one that you have to change out more frequently.
Okay.
But I would ask a plumber
Yeah.
to make sure you're certain.
Yeah.
But I believe that one of them will last longer than the other one.
Yeah.
But they do have to be changed out.
Okay. All right, let's get to a different
Yeah.
subject. It's good to know. I hope that was for the town of Londonderry residents, better information, so people know what's going on.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I'm going to just give you a straight
Please.
shot. The new town manager, I've had battles with him personally, and that he's stopped the veterans tax credit from happening, and we're not getting an answer. Nobody's giving us an answer. I know you and a few of the other town councils are trying to work on that. What do you think he should do?
So where it stands right now, the information that I've received is it's now a legal issue, because apparently when we've gone back to the lawyers, they're saying to us that there's some laws that prevent us from giving you an abatement, and there's some laws that prevent us from giving you any kind of credit back.
Right.
So we are, as a council, working with the lawyers to see what we can do. We've gotten 2 opinions back so far, and we have to discuss as a council what we want to do. But they're kind of leaning right now towards the fact that we may not be able to do it. But the council as a whole wants to do something.
Right.
So I know we've asked them to look at other towns to see what other towns have done, to see if there's any other options out there.
Right.
Because, the council doesn't agree on everything, but we were 5-0 on that. Right?
Right.
We all agreed we
You
wanted
voted
that.
for it back
Yeah.
in July, and
So-
it was supposed to go into effect in August.
So
and,
I would like to basically get with the council, get with our legal team, and find out if there are any options. A couple of the options that were presented to us, they said that if anyone complained that they could sue the town. So we want to just make sure that we do it right.
right.
But we want to do what's right for you, the veterans.
Well, I'm not blaming the town council for any of this. I do not, because I know they did what they did last July to put it. I'm quite frankly putting it on the blame of the town manager. This should have never happened. Now, going forward, let's say if none of this pans out, what's going to happen next year with the tax break? Are we going to get it?
So my understanding is that if we aren't able to do anything, it will go into effect with that first tax bill in July.
Which is actually, they give it to us in June.
Yep.
And then we have
So
to
I
pay
believe
we're going to pay it by July. Right?
I believe it'll go into effect then, and you'll also have it in December.
Okay. So we are going to get it.
You are going to get it.
And-
It's just a matter if we can give it to you as we had hoped for December 2025.
Because is the town manager going to do this again to us next year?
I don't believe so. I don't believe that he can, because we have put in place that's what we want to do.
Okay.
So
Now, another thing that had come up is he gave department heads, and I'm only ballparking the numbers, $131,000 to $132,000 that these department heads are going to get raises. And they're averaging around $20,000 a person to $30,000 a person. And, again, what gets my goat is because, he's willing to give this raises to people, which one of his assistants hasn't even been here 8 months, and I've never heard anybody getting a raise in 8 months that big. They'd say it was going to be around 16.8%.
that's what we were told.
Yeah. So
But after the fact, Dennis.
after
That's
the
what's the frustrating part, is the council was told after the fact.
Oh no, yeah, no,
So that's
I
what's,
understand that.
So we have made it quite clear as a council that we don't want that to ever happen again. We don't want to know from Facebook or from somebody else that this happened.
Well, you guys were probably surprised when I walked in tonight to say that.
So,
yeah,
but yeah, so we've made it quite clear that we don't want that to happen again.
okay, yeah, and it should. I mean,
Right.
I always tell people, the town manager, no matter who it is at the beck and call of the town council, because that's their
He's our one employee.
Yeah, they are his boss. And on return, I am your boss.
You're correct.
But I don't think people see that anymore in government on any type of level. So, but you know.
Well, there's one resident out there that always tells me the number one is the people. People control the town. Then you have the town council, and then you have the town manager. So, you know, the people vote to have who they want in charge of the town, and that the people are in charge, like you just said.
Yeah, we are, and I think we've forgotten. People have forgotten that, and it just seems. Again, I'm bitter a little bit, but you know, I'll be honest with you. I you know, when I told him at one meeting that it was supposed to go into effect, and he denied it, and I was able to prove it later in another meeting that, you know, and then he said, another thing he's being asked is, what line item is this coming out of, all these raises? Has that ever been cleared?
It has not been, and the reason the reason that it will never probably be answered is because it comes out of multiple lines, because as the town manager, he can move money around to different lines to fill them. So the answer to that question is that the money came from multiple sources.
Okay. All right. Well,
so it's
but he doesn't have to be specific of which line items it came from.
As the town manager, he does not have to.
He doesn't have to tell the public that?
He has to make sure that at the end of the year, we are at 0 or positive. He can't run into a deficit. So he has to make sure that at the end of the year, he is at even.
Oh, yeah. He's
So
have his budget
as long
under
as he's
control.
at even,
yeah.
he's good.
Yeah. How do you feel you've done in the last few years for the town, outside of the water situation, which is great.
Yeah,
believe me, I think it's great. You know, right now I'm going to stay on my water and see how that pans out. But if it ever comes down our way, maybe I'll grab it. But
so I can tell you this, Dennis. I feel like I'm the most accessible out there. I get calls. You can ask my wife. 20, 30 calls a week.
30 of them are from me, right?
People stop me in the supermarket, talk to me. People stop my wife and ask her questions. So I'm very accessible. If you have a problem, you can come up to me and talk to me about it. If you have an issue, something that we don't disagree, I can tell you why I voted a certain way or why I didn't vote a certain way. So I feel like I'm very accessible. If you need me, I'm there. You know, we've tried to help people. Right. A lot of things that we do, we don't tell people. You know, if you'll reach out to us and say, hey, I need help with this, we just do it. We don't. I'm not looking for glamour. I just want to help people. Right. And, you know, I think that I am very accessible to people, and anyone that's tried to get hold of me.
You are. I mean, I'm you know, I call you quite a bit myself, and I call other town councils. You're not the only one I call.
No?
And I do, because they gave me their phone number.
Yeah.
Probably should never give me your phone number, because I'm retired. I've got plenty of time on my hands.
But
so.
I would rather hear your concerns than have them fester. No. And I feel like if you can tell me your concerns and at least you feel like it was heard, it's not festering in you, and you're not like going to, you know, I feel like you've at least told somebody and I can try to fix it for you.
Right.
So.
Right. No, you know, again, actually, I could tell this to the community now. You are, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, but you're the only town politician, either as a state rep or as a town council, that actually helps me out at the Blues Festival. You know, and nobody else does that. Nobody has ever done that. Oh, I take that back. I'll give Kevin Smith, when he was the town manager, credit. He did come to one of my town councils, but. And John Farrell, I used to see John there, and his wife. They used to come.
Hey, hopefully, Dennis, you do it again. I heard you might not do it.
No, we're going to do it.
Okay, good. Because I hope you do it. Cause
yeah, I'm doing it. I was struggling with it. I'm just hoping I can get my sign up on the up on between the two buildings there again. You know, every year, because who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's another thing that caught us by surprise. You know, the town council wasn't informed that no political signs could go there anymore. So that's why you don't see any politician signs there.
That just recently?
Yep.
Who made that decision?
Sean.
Why is that?
I don't know why. I haven't had a chance to ask him.
So
about
you think he's going to stop me from putting my Blues Festival?
I don't know. I'm just
that's
saying,
not political.
As of right now, he said no political signs. But I would hope that he would allow yours. It's, you know,
we'll see.
A non-profit veteran event.
Yeah.
He is a veteran.
Yeah, well,
so
I got another opinion about that now, because he didn't support us, so he didn't support the.
But hopefully your sign will be allowed.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm a little confused about that, because the property is being rented by Sunnycrest.
Correct.
That's their.
Yep.
So they have that.
Yep.
I was told after when the last manager, Mike
Malguti?
he said, I was told to check with them to let them know I'm putting the sign up.
Okay.
Then I was told to check with the town. Now, if Sunnycrest is running that property, then they should be in charge and decide who can put stuff up there or not, right?
Yeah, I would think you're right.
You know, not the town manager,
Right.
but Sunnycrest, because they're the ones that are paying
Yeah.
paying the rent. Whatever, I guess it's
I think it's
$1 a
yeah.
year. But the bottom line is they're the ones that are taking care
Right.
of the fields and all.
Yeah.
And do they mow it too? Do they?
They do.
And Sunnycrest.
But
does that.
I'll have to, yeah. I'm going to ask him about that when he's back. He's on vacation right now. I'll ask him, you know, what made him decide that, because Sands have been there for years.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's no more political signs.
Correct.
Mine's not a political sign.
Correct.
Right.
You should be all
mine's
set.
a nonprofit. You know, let's help the veterans type
Yeah.
of sign, and where we do. This year we're going to have the American Legion Riders take it over. 'Cause
Excellent.
The Combat Vets Motorcycle Association, they ride a hooks. That's not the local chapter, because I don't think they have one here. But the Combat Vets said they got a big run next year, this August, that they all want to go on. So they didn't think they could get the help. But I'm meeting up with American Legion Riders next Wednesday.
Good.
To talk to them. So what do you think? We got about another 8 minutes here.
Sure.
What would you, outside of the water, what would you like to see going forward for the town next year that will help the town?
Sure. So one of my biggest things that I had mentioned that I'd like to see also, if I'm honored with your vote on March 16th, I would like to be able to work and make sure that this new DPW facility goes in place and can be affordable. Because if Dave ever takes you on a tour of the DPW facility, we have some very expensive equipment up there that sits outside.
Yeah.
And I would love to see it get undercover and have our employees that work up there be safe. You know, when they're outside in the winter mixing salt and sand, it's not safe for them. It's very slippery. You know, we don't want them to get hurt. So we want them to have a nice facility.
Right.
And I would also like to respect the taxpayer and have that facility be somewhat economical. You know, find our best way where we can maybe do it in a phased, you know, maybe 3 phases or whatever. We could do it so that our DPW workers have a good place to work.
That's the one right on Mammoth Road, right?
It's actually off High Range.
Oh, High Range. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. I've never been. I've seen where they pull in. I've never been back there.
But if you go back there, it's when it's snowing out, it's not very safe. It's very slippery for them. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see them be able to store the equipment that we buy as a town.
Yeah, but isn't the equipment being rented? Do we
It's-
buy it or we rent it?
Some of it's leased and some of it's purchased.
Okay.
I don't believe we rent any of it, but I could check with Dave. But I do know that we lease some of it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the leases are leased to buy. Mm-hmm. So I would just like to see that equipment get protected. You know, some of the trucks that Dave has, he's walked up there, he showed us, like, it just sits outside. They can't wash the salt off of them. So a lot of times they just sit there and they, you know, deteriorate a lot faster than if they could have a facility where they could wash the trucks, clean them, and then store them inside. They'd last a lot longer. And where we're all taxpayers, I believe this new facility would actually end up saving the taxpayers money in the long run, because we would be saving our equipment. We'd be getting extra life on the equipment by paying for a new facility to store it in.
Right. But they do a great job.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I mean, I get a kick out of people sometimes on Facebook complaining that they didn't plow here, they didn't plow. I mean, 2 hours after the snow is finally stopped, people expect it to be done like this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, I just really. I mean, they do a great job.
And I believe that the average route takes about 3.5 to 4 hours for them to complete. So imagine that.
They got to come back around
They gotta go
again.
and then they got to go back around.
Yeah.
So those guys are basically, once you see them one time, they go back, they take a quick break, and they go back out again. So
I'm lucky. They were kind of. I'm on Mammoth Road, so it's on the way back to their.
yeah.
So we see them. They swing by through, but they're pretty.
Oh, they're very good.
Very thorough about what they do. I have no complaints about how those guys do their job. And I had a lot of ice, you know, during the ice storms we had, the ice, and I had to go get. I couldn't get any salt at any of the, Home Depot.
and
Nothing. They left dirt out with salt mixed into it, and I went a couple buckets, and I thought, geez, I don't remember anybody ever doing that in any other town, but maybe they do.
Yeah.
You know, so, but anyways, so how's it looking for you?
Right now, I'm hoping I'm running a positive campaign. I'm out there, got my signs out. I'm meeting with people like yourself, doing door knocking, just meeting the average person anywhere I can. We're going to be having a couple of events at Dunkin' Donuts on Mohawk. People can come by and grab a coffee.
When's that?
It's going to be on the 2 Saturdays before the election. So I think it's the 28th.
28th, which is a Saturday, right?
Yep. It's
what
the first
time?
one. Around 9 o'clock. We'll
About
start
9
it.
o'clock?
We'll be there till around noon.
There's a bunch of us already down there at 9 o'clock.
Come by, I'll buy you a coffee.
Well, I'll be there already.
That's right.
I got to stop the donut stuff. I'm getting away from eating the donuts, but I'll definitely take a coffee.
Buy you a coffee.
Yeah.
And so get out and meet everybody, and then just go into where people are, going to different meetings, going to different events, seeing people where they are. And I think just, if people want to call me, they can reach out to me and call me. I'll answer any of their questions. But I want to stay positive. This campaign is positive. There's too much negativity in this world.
Have you guys had any debates among each other?
So we haven't had any debates, but we did have a forum where
I heard that they would meet the candidates.
Yep.
Where was that?
So it was at the town hall.
Okay.
And what she did is
Who's she?
She's from the Manchester Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Her name's Heather. She provided us, all 4 of the candidates, with the same questions.
From both parties?
All 4 candidates just
that are running.
all 4 that are running
For council.
town council.
Yeah.
She provided us all with questions, so we all got the same question, and we could answer it however we wanted. So it wasn't a formal debate where you're debating somebody one-on-one, but the voters were able to see how we all felt. So that, I believe, is also available on the town website, and it's also, I believe, available on the cable studio.
Yeah.
So and I think it's on YouTube too.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
so-
Is Erin still in there? Erin, is it on? Is it okay? We have to look into. We're looking into the studio. The director, Erin, and she also works here. And this is a great facility.
Oh, awesome!
This is great. I mean, I do my blues show before the blues festival here, and we're considered the biggest production.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing to have this opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful place. Everyone should come and check it out. Yeah. And I
Okay.
know that
Best way to get your freedom of speech out there.
absolutely.
Because that's what these are all about.
Absolutely.
All right, we got about another 2 minutes to go. Anything else you would like to add?
I'd just like to say it's been my honor to serve the town for the last 3 years. It would be my honor to serve you for another 3. I would, welcome your vote. If you want to reach out to me, my number is 781-640-1006. Reach out to me, ask me anything you'd like, ask me any questions you want. We've got about 20 days, roughly, I think, before the election. It seems like it's coming up fast.
Well, get out and vote.
And get out and vote either way.
Yeah, get out and vote.
Unfortunately, the town elections, about 14 to 15% come out. Let's get that up there. Let's see some people come out and vote and have some democracy in action. So,
how many people came for the deliberation, you think?
I believe I heard the number was around 100, but then it dwindled off since it was 6.5 hours long. I think at the end, there was maybe 10 people left.
Oh boy!
But
how many warrant articles are going to be this year?
So right now there's 29 warrant articles.
How many of them have a tax impact? Do you know?
I believe 20. Right around 20.
So how many warrant articles again?
There's 29.
And you're going to have 20 with impact?
Yep.
Oh, boy. Kind of reminds me of the last year when they had
Dennis
30.
is like, no.
No. People have to understand that, I'm a disabled veteran. I'm on a fixed income. Yeah. My wife and I aren't, she's Social Security, and I did an estimate of what it costs to live in the town of Londonderry. I did a little research. The average person with a family of 2 kids, 2 adults, would have to make over $200,000 a year to live comfortably in this town. Now, we don't make that. Right. We don't even make, but we don't have 2 kids anymore, right, and so forth. But that's one reason why I'm big on trying to get these taxes taken care of for disabled veterans. Plus, there's around 80 disabled veterans. I guess I had different numbers: 79, 80, 82. That are on getting that tax break, and everybody thinks Londonderry's a rich town. You know, oh, it's a rich town. We have all this money, and that's not true.
Right.
You know, I know people in this town that I've tried to help out, and veterans too, that I've tried to help out, that are having a hard time, you know, getting by with food, not just electricity and gas and all that. You know, so that's why, you know, I'm going to vote no. If it says tax impact, I don't care if it's 0.5%. I'm going to say no, and that's just, you know, and a lot of people feel the same way I do.
Yep.
So,
and that's why the warrant article for the district office was set up with zero tax impact, because it was structured so that people like yourself could feel comfortable voting for it.
right.
So, you know, that was one collaboration we had between the town council, the school district, the town office. Collaboration is going to save all the taxpayers money.
Right.
You know,
Well,
so.
I think we ran out of
But-
time. That clock ran out. Sorry about that, Erin, but we're still recording, right? And I guess
So-
we're still recording. She's giving me the thumb up. But thanks for coming out, and I
Absolutely,
hope
Dennis.
you do well in
And,
March. When is it? March.
March 10th.
March
if anyone
10th.
else to come out and vote, please do so. And I wanna
That's
thank-
usually a Tuesday.
Yep. And
Yes.
I want to please thank Dennis for the opportunity to be on his show today. And if everyone come out on March 10th, that'd be great.
So I hope you got enough information about what's going on. What I have learned, and I didn't know about the water. And welcome. We hope to see you again on Londonderry Talks. And have a great night.